Good morning, everyone. This is Biz Chicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today is Monday. I'm here with my partner, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. I'm Terralina from California Cover Ups, and we're the Biz Chicks. It's coffee, tea, thoughts, and conversations today. So sit back, relax, get your favorite beverage of choice, and let's have a conversation. How you doing this morning, friend?
I am well. I am well. I am going to attempt to put this out on our Facebook group. It is just kind of weird how, anyway, it is just weird some days, though, how
Well, technology is technology, you know?
not technology,
Oh,
Facebook. Because I'm like, what did you do? You changed how we can share stuff. And I was like, okay. But today we are talking about finishing. There we are. Yeah, it says I can write a comment, but I can't share. That's so weird. Oh, maybe I can copy this link and do it that way.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Um, oh, find the post. That's video. Maybe if I do the posts.
How you doing this morning, guys?
Good morning. And okay, Terry, will you greet our replay viewers and
Certainly. How you doing, everybody? We just want to welcome you into the conversation. Good morning, Luana. How you doing? How's it going over there on the Black Authors Group? And with your Mary Kay, I hope you're doing fabulous. You want to give me a call later today. Over and above that, I just want to say to all of you guys watching on the replay, thank you so much. We can't be who we are until you are who you are. So we are just really excited, and we want to thank you for watching the replay. For those of you who are joining us live, today we're going to be talking about the topic of well, I won't do a spoiler alert. I'll let Francine introduce the topic. But I do want to say to you, I hope you had a great weekend. What you guys do this weekend? I actually am excited because my pool had closed down and it is reopened. So today I will be going swimming. How you doing, Karen? So good to see you in the house. Yep, the temperature is going to be 94 today. So I am looking forward to getting in that pool and doing some exercises. I don't know about the rest of you, but I have gained a little weight during the course of this recess. And so I need to up my exercise game. Anybody else need to up their exercise game? Oh, good. Luana says it's going good. Yeah, you're welcome. Luana, I want to make you a special mask too for your Mary Kay business. So let me know. Give me a call. So you can advertise while you're covered. Okay. All
yeah.
right. Friend, so what's up?
Today we're going to talk about finish.
Okay.
I listened to a series over the weekend from Jon Acuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it was about finish. So I know you have the PDF, maybe like the workbook, something.
The workbook was on here. Let me find it now. That chick goes.
Well, because I didn't get a workbook. I was like, how is that?
Yeah, there was a workbook down here. Let's see.
Yeah, because I was like,
view the workbook. Okay. And
right.
then I guess I can share this. Let's see.
Well, I shared the link, so therefore.
Oh, okay. So if I go back, I can share the link.
Well,
since I can copy it.
Okay. Yeah, so I don't know why I'm not seeing that and why is it coming up?
Scroll down a little further. If you go to what you sent me today, you'll be able to see it.
I'm going down there, but it gives me like Google.
Oh, okay. So here you go.
I don't know. I'm not getting that. I'm getting something from Google. It's not giving me. Maybe if I go to Safari, it'll give me
And
something.
maybe if I copy this, I think it will let me copy this. I know it will let me.
Yeah, it takes me to but it didn't take me to where you were with the
What I just sent you?
reader media.
I shared something with you. Yeah.
Yeah, I got that. I'm going to pull that up. So anyway, today we're talking about Finish, just so we don't bore you with us.
With the logistics of it all.
Right. It was an excellent series. So I'm taking Coach Karen's cues, and I am going back through. I go through it all the first time, and come back and go through it again, section by section. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So yeah, it just says reader dot da, 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 da. Let me press this and see if I get a different spot. So we're listening. Well, I was listening to the series. It's a 6-part series on Finish. Oh, study guide. Yay. Okay.
So do you want me to put that in the chat?
Yes. And let's talk about it. Let's go through this study guide, Leading as a Finisher. This is session number 1. And we can start here because there's actually 6 sessions. So I think they only give you the first one.
No, they give you all 6.
Oh, do they? Because I was reading through it. Maybe I have to go to the left. Yes, it does have all 6. Okay, very good. So let's go. Let's go through the study guide together in the time that we have together today, and let's see how far we get.
There's the link to the study guide, guys.
Yes. Get the link, and then if you want to go to Right Now Media, you can actually watch the all 6 videos. But let's just go through the study guide.
So we might only get through section 1 because we're only doing 30 minutes.
Right.
We got 15 left.
So I wanted to pull out a couple of key points from each section. And on the first one, he talked about, in the video, John mentioned an eye-opening research that has shifted his thinking about starting and finishing and motivated him to create this series. Based on, so he said, what's an example of a goal or project that you failed to finish because it proved to be too hard, and what made it challenging? And he said, answering the following questions at the start of a goal is necessary to stop being a chronic starter and to become a consistent finisher. So what is the timeline? What's the timeline that you need for that goal? What are the results that you are looking for? What actions are you going to take? And what's your motivation? So I was looking at that. I'm like, oh, because if you have a goal to get to a certain size or to reduce weight or whatever, what's the timeline? How much time are you given that? Coach Karen, I know you had said something about timelines before, and you mentioned when you do timelines that a lot of people try and get to a certain weight like within a month or whatever, but she gave it the entire year. It takes you time to get acclimated to a new way of eating.
Well, it took you time to get there too.
Right. It didn't come on
all at once. No.
But we want to get it off in a week and have us hurry up. But it takes time. So he talked about like the
30 days, I'm not going to do a week. That's just outrageous. How about 30 days? How long? It took you 4 years to get that on there.
Right. So he shared his accomplishment. He wanted to run 1,000 miles in 1 year.
Mhm.
That number seemed huge. But how did he use the shrinking of his goal to get him to that? So he talked about 1,000 miles. He said, well, that is a very big number. So he broke it down and said, well, maybe I can do, uh, he got it down to the point where he was only doing 20 miles each month or something, but he broke it down to where it wasn't insurmountable.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take my phone
Mhm.
because I walk 3 miles a day,
Right.
and I'm gonna put that 1,000 in there, and I'm gonna divide it by 3, which
Right.
is 333 miles
Per month, right?
per. Well,
Right.
no, because I should divide it by 12 if that's the case.
Right. Well,
Let me just go back to
1,000
go.
miles in 1 year.
Let's go 1,000 divided by 12, right?
Mhm.
That's 83
It's so 83 miles a
a
month.
month.
And then
And
you
if I
break
divide that by 20 days,
hmm
because I work on weekdays, I don't work on the weekends. That would be 4 miles a day.
Okay. And 4 miles a day seems a lot more doable than 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand because the bigness of the picture, you just broke it, you broke that down and like, oh, I can do 4 miles a day.
Mm-hmm. And then Karen's saying this too.
Go ahead.
She says, plus, you're going to fail many times along the way if you're just way too over ambitious. If the goal is too big,
You're
but how do you eat an elephant?
I don't know if I'm eat an elephant, but it'd
One
be a
bite
little,
at a time. Remember the old elephant jokes?
I
One
know.
one bite at a time. So, um,
So doing it a little bit a day instead of trying to take home the whole. Oh my God, because your brain goes, we can't do 1,000 in a year. Oh my God, that's only 4 miles a day. So even if you broke that 4 miles, I can do 2 miles in the morning. I can do 2 miles in.
mm,
So now the brain is going like, oh, we can do 2 miles.
yes.
Oh, I can do two. So you just clock off 2 in the morning, clock off 2 in the afternoon. You got your 4 miles in. So so now the brain is no longer freaking out, and it's like, oh, okay, 2 miles is no big deal. So that was one of the things that we learned about. Um, uh, so what is your timeline? I'm skipping around here.
Okay.
Uh, Instead of aiming, and then he's talking about target the right thing. Instead of aiming simply to start an endeavor, he encouraged us to target the finish line.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, People celebrate the beginning. We're going to do a launch party. Woo-hoo! And we started this business and whatever, or they started and then they do a celebratory something at the end when they hit the goal. Yes, and champagne is going everywhere at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Hard part is in the middle.
Okay, so is that why it is really important for us to celebrate anniversaries, milestones, achievements, because it keeps us motivated? Because hopefully, if you're in business, you probably don't intend to ever finish if you're planning on leaving a legacy.
So you celebrate the middle. You get happy about the middle. The middle part is hard because it's the chores that you're doing in your business every day. So
Mm-hmm.
celebrate those chores. Hey, I got my finances done today. My financials for the week. Okay, Coach Karen, we're putting a plug out to you because we're sitting down going over our numbers every week. So I went over my numbers this week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to celebrate with a Jamba Juice. Something. You celebrate those hard things that you have to do in the middle. Because starting, woohoo, like the New Year's resolution, okay, I'm going to pull my Pilates machine out and I got my machine. I'm going to ride. I'm going to exercise. But the middle is day 2.
Mm-hmm.
Day 1, everybody's happy and woo. Day 2 is like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. If something comes up, if you don't have something to finish, get to day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, and you have to keep going. You can't just say, ah. So let's celebrate the middle. Celebrate the middle of that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Here you go, Karen saying, most people celebrate beginnings and ends, but it's the middle that's hard and the hardest, and that's where you need to plant your flag for celebrations, because
Yeah.
everybody's going to celebrate when we finish. Everybody goes to graduation. Then she says, see, and everything will come to test you. Oh yeah.
So celebrate that middle section. Get in there. Karen, if you want to come on, I can send you the link. But get in that middle section and get in there, and it's okay. And it's okay that it's going to be difficult,
mm-hmm.
and that you're feeling out of sorts, but it's okay.
That's where the testing is.
Right. And you're going to have to do that. Let's see. I am going to go to the next thing. Choose what to bomb.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. When we get close to finishing a goal, any number of things can suddenly spring up. We can let distractions stop us, or we can clear them out to cross the finish line by choosing to be bad at things that don't matter.
Oh.
Bad at things that don't matter. So, if you're working on a goal toward anything like getting your book done, maybe you let the cooking class go. Maybe you let something else go so that you put all of your attention on getting that book finished.
Yes, I think he gave the example of, if you're parenting and you're taking care of the lawn and you're taking care of different things around the house, maybe it's more important to focus on the children than to focus on whether or not you have a award-winning lawn.
Right. The neighbors will just have to deal with it.
Or if they want to, they can come over and help with the lawn.
And he mentioned the choice between shame and strategy. Shame says you need a new goal, new options, new actions, and it makes you think you have to do it all. Then when you can't, you feel ashamed.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, the strategy says that when you have a new goal or something you need to finish, be strategic. Choose what matters and choose which things matter and which things don't. Choose what matters and which things don't. So looking at that, have you felt anybody, I'm asking a question now because this question's in here. When have you felt shame about your goals?
Constantly. It's just like, what? You didn't get that done? What?
Right.
There's head hanging, there's, and then and in some cases it's just a resignation of, okay, well, maybe that wasn't a real goal, and maybe you need to find something else. So, you can really go through a lot of head trips about this goal setting and reaching it or not reaching it.
Right. And then he offers 3 simple ways to filter the choices we make about what matters. He refers to them as the 3 S. Screen time, seasonality, and a system. Screen time. How much time are you actually on screen time? Screen time meaning TV or looking at your phone or some other things that may be taking your time and you just don't notice it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you come home, I'm gonna watch a TV program or I'm gonna do something else when you could be using that to accomplish your goal.
Especially now.
Mm-hmm.
It's so easy to, it started out with staycation. and it just went into um, what would you call it? A hiatus?
Yeah,
I
I'm living
mean, when what it really should be is a sabbatical, because it's on a sabbatical you're supposed to be learning stuff.
and you're supposed to be completing some things. So you're going to have, don't feel shame about not completing something. Do the thing that is necessary for you. You understand what I mean? Find out, okay, something's got to give. You cannot do it all at the same time. You can have it all, but you can't do it all at the same time.
So what I hear you saying is maybe that's not it's not the season for that particular goal, and in
Correct.
the light of the fact that there have been some changes.
Right. So you're gonna do the goal. You're not okay. You know how we have that list of 10 things we'd like to accomplish for this year?
Hmm.
You're not doing them all at the same time.
Okay.
You understand? You're not going to do them all at the same time. Maybe you're focusing in on getting that book written.
Hmm.
Maybe you're focusing in on um, uh, prepping for the next season that's coming up.
Hmm.
You're not going to do everything at the same time. What season are you in? Are you in a preparation season? Are you in a season of reflection? Are you in a season of rest?
What season is it for you guys?
Yeah, everybody. Karen has a statement here. She says, "I love David Goggins. This man is an example of what I keep talking about daily and yearly." So we're gonna go look up David Goggins and see what he does.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I like that. What season is it for you? Pick one of the
In
goals
your,
you wanted to
in your
hit.
business. Hmm. Oh, Maureen says it's reflective. Hi, Maureen. I didn't realize you were in the room. How you doing, darling?
Okay, I like that reflection. And you may not be on somebody else's schedule for that. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Get to the finish, you're going to need to figure out what season you're in. And you're not going to do all the goals at one time. I was thinking, how are these people writing books and what are they doing? I was like, oh, in order for me to write a book, I'm going to have to let something else go that I'm doing. I can't do everything. There's how many hours in a day? 24. There's 8 hours, and this is Coach Karen again. There's 8 hours to sleep. Now
Gotta
you
have some
have
rest.
6 hours to do something else. What are you doing in in that 16-hour period that you're working? Either you're reflecting, you are doing something toward your business or your goal or a part of your business.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, we just came out of that. We just talked about the other thing where you want to do 1,000 miles in a year. Okay, so whatever it is that you wanted to do for your business for the year, maybe you're not. It seems insurmountable because we haven't broken it down to the small, minute,
To the right size.
to the right size for that part of the business. When you do this part and you get it done, the business will accelerate because you got that small piece done.
Okay. And
It could be setting up your systems.
it could be getting the clutter out of your office. I'm looking around this office. I'm going, because there's certain things we don't really give ourselves credit for. They clear up your mind so that you can go forward in an orderly way.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So screen time can keep us from accomplishing our goals. What could it look like to address the amount of time you spend using your phone, TV, laptop, etc., in order to help you finish your goal? Not everything is equally important every time of the year. Every goal has seasonality, meaning that some goals are best pursued at different seasons of the year. What is an example of a time-sensitive seasonal goal that you've had to accomplish?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you either last week or week before we talked about Christmas. Now, because of the shipping situation that is happening because of the pandemic. Okay, Karen, because of the pandemic,
Okay.
you're gonna have to flip your whole script on uh, the whole script. You're gonna have to flip the script right now
Yeah.
on your shipping because Christmas is gonna be way different.
I got it. I got it, friend.
Okay, Christmas is gonna be way, 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 way different now. And if you are selling items, you better start putting it out there right now, talking to the people about, hey, get your Christmas gifts. And are you prepared to start uh, creating?
Producing and providing those items.
Right.
And the reason I say this is because, especially if you're a crafter, like Linda, got to be handmade, you need to make sure you have your materials now because you don't have time to wait for them to come from a factory that's been shut down in a season that you thought since they're open again, you don't know if they're going to shut again. So you want to make sure that you are prepared. You know, they say when opportunity comes, it's too late to prepare.
Right. We should have been ready already.
Yeah.
Hey, Karen.
Come from a factory that's been shut down.
Hey, Karen.
Are we listening to ourselves on
Karen?
Yeah. It takes time to catch up, huh? To realize you're in the chair. Karen, you're in the chair.
Yeah. So the seasonality. What was the other one? Screen time. And then he had one more S, which was to help clear the clutter out as you work on a goal with examples of by implementing systems. He talked about when he was flying, he always was buying a belt wherever he landed because he forgot to pack his belt and some other stuff until he set up a system to help him when he traveled. Now he has a checklist of everything he needs to bring, and he's 50% more efficient in his travels because he put together a system.
I think we think systems for minor things like that are not important, and that's not true.
Not true. Not true. Because the minute you start systemizing things, hi guys, thanks for popping me in. The minute you start systemizing things, your life gets so easy that you start saying, what else did I do? But you finished doing it because you systemized your things. You know, when I went on my first cruise, I asked my friend, she told me what to pack, and I packed. And the second cruise, I cut it down to half because I was like, why am I walking with extra stuff in case? And then I'm shopping like crazy. And I got back and I said, that's not happening again. That's not happening again.
I found out that I could travel with nothing except what I had on the plane. And I was able to stay for over 30 days. Remember when I went to my brother's and my luggage went to California? I found out that everything just sort of came to me. Yeah, it appeared when I needed it. Or I went and got it. I said, oh, you know what? I could have a luggage-free life.
If you have systems, it is amazing to me if you, and we talk about a routine is a system. When yes, it's boring. Yes, it feels like chores. But if you're doing it every single day, you get up, wash your face, brush your teeth, comb your hair, that is a system that gets you out of the house at least presentable. Yes. Now, makeup is a part of that too, or if you wear makeup, if you don't, well, then it's okay. But it's still a system. And systems keep the routine going. Like I put a car in the car, I put a garbage bag. Because you're drinking something, and it's like, where am I going to put this? Okay, I need a garbage bag in the car. instead of having stuff rolling around on the floor, paper everywhere.
And it's a way to clean the car out every time you leave it. You just grab that bag and take it with you. You're in the garage anyway. Put it in the trash. So yeah.
It's systemized. I went to a friend's car once and she said, hold on, you can't come in yet. But give me a break. Give me a minute. And so I got into the car and she says, you're smiling, but watch it. When you get kids, you'll see how your car will be. Of course, she lived to see me have kids. And she's like, so what are you doing with all the stuff?
Well, if you train the kids to bring their stuff in the house, or you send the kid out to clean the car out. Y'all ate in the car. Here's a bag. Go clean it. I mean,
and it's so simple. It's so simple. You leave in the car and your kids are in the car. You say, did you collect all your stuff? And they say, yes, mom. And then they lied because they're kids. And you make a one sweep and you say, so you sure? And you say, yes. You said, okay. After you let them clean the car a couple of times or do some extra stuff, the minute you say, so everything's out of the car, they're like, yes, mom.
They are checking because they don't want to come back in.
Nope. They don't want, see the chores, and that's what it is in business. Just like you just said, Karen, did you get it done? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did. But now the tax man is telling you, did you get it done? And you're like, no, I didn't. So now you have to go back and get it done because you didn't get it done when you had the opportunity to get it done.
Exactly. Being successful is boring. I don't know if people realize it. Being in business is pretty boring.
That's interesting.
It is boring as hell, but it's so much fun also because it's just words. And if you say it's fun, it's fun. And if you say it's boring, it's boring. It's tedious doing all these things. But you got to find a way to make it fun for you. I know that I can't put on soca or reggae or anything funky and do work because I'm going to get up and dance. I acknowledge that. So I'm not going to play those kind of music while I'm at work.
See? And it's okay to have fun to help you get it done, but you need to know how you respond. And that was one of the other things he talked about in the book, getting to the finish line is what motivates you. Does a reward motivate you? Does fear motivate you? And when we're talking about fear, we're not talking about like, woo. No, we're talking about if I don't get this done, something bad is going to happen in my business. Or if I don't get this done, I'm going to have a medical challenge in my body if I don't get this done. That's the fear that he was talking about. So either I'm going to do this, woohoo, I get a new coat at the end of this, or either something that you don't want to happen. What motivates you? Because if you don't know how you're motivated, just think about it. If you were going to get a reward for something, does that motivate you? Everybody has to answer their own question.
It's sort of like love. Different things fill different people's love tanks.
True.
Some people like flowers. Some people like going out to dinner. Some people like, the hug in the morning. Some people, don't need anything. So we all have different things that motivate us, quote unquote, motivate us, because we can't motivate anyone else. We only have control of ourselves.
So Karen talked about this one time. She was doing something. When I finish X, Y, and Z, I'm going to do this. I'm going to sit down and get to watch my TV program. But she wouldn't watch the TV program. The TV program was going to be the reward for getting the work done. Did I say that right, Karen?
Yep. And it has to be. I mean, I'm working on some new membership programs right now. And I wanted to see the show on Thursday, and I did not finish the second tier, And I was sitting there, and my son came with something. He said, Mom, I thought you said you were going to close off. I said, yeah, but I'm not done. He goes, you're going to miss it. I said, well, too bad, because he knew what I wanted to see, and there's just no way. I've just disciplined myself that way in my head, and my head is telling me. I'm not going to pretend that it's not hard because my head is reminding me about the show. And, and I've got myself clocked into when I should leave. But I also know that this was a goal of mine. So that this week, I'm only tackling the last year. because I've set my schedule and I'm sticking to it. And it's the other thing about business. You got to understand that even if you didn't sell something in the program you were writing, or you didn't sell that dress that you created, you got to stick with the goal and the time. I used to help a girl on Etsy. She sold dresses. And she'd said, I want to sell my dress for $90, but nobody's buying it. I said, because the dress probably is $125. And she's like, what do you mean? And once we worked it out, the dress needed to be sold for $185. She sold more dresses between $125 and $185 than at the $90 mark on Etsy. On Etsy.
Because people didn't trust it at the $90 mark.
There you go.
Her fabric is sourced, it's pure cotton. She make the pattern, she makes it herself. She just makes some simple, wonderful lifetime dresses. That's what I call them, because you're gonna wear that dress for a long time to come. Yeah. So when you buy it, you understand that. It's just like in my cleaning group 2, this lady said, I can't charge more than $20. Nobody's gonna pay it. And I told her, I said, you're right. Nobody's gonna pay you more than $20. So that's what you decide you're worth. And she's like, what? Wait. It's a small town. I'm like, sure, but you're not going to get more than $20. And she's like, but I was asking if I can get more. I said, there you go. Nobody can tell you can get more than $20 an hour. You have to decide that I'm worthy of $35 an hour so that I can pay my employee well. I can pay my insurance. I can pay the other expenses that I'm deciding on. To run this business. When I changed my cleaning behavior and I said, I'm not going to carry any products anymore. Everybody's going to supply their own. Everybody that I knew said to me, that's not a professional cleaning company. I'm like, okay. I wasn't asking for your permission, but okay. That's how I run it. Whether it's an office or not, everybody provides their own cleaning supplies. And now that there's Corona, the new people will probably, that's how I'll sell it. Well, we don't want to, I've always said, I'm not doing any transference. So you have to get your vacuum, your broom, and your mop. And we will bring the tools. But we want to keep people in their own products so that they're not, if they're allergic to something that we have, we don't want to be responsible for that. But it's
transfer.
But see, that makes good sense anyway, because if I have my products like I get from Brenna, I don't want you bringing in bleach and the other stuff. I want to use the stuff that I have. So I prefer you use the stuff that I already have.
How many people are so happy with us because we let them use what they like? There's no more, well, this is not what I would want, but quietly I say nothing because the surface is good. Now I get to say it. This is the 3 things I like. And really and truly, I keep telling people, the thing's about 3 products, if that much, to keep your home sailing along. You don't need all the products. 3 products.
I hear you.
3 products.
So today we're talking about finish.
Finish. I like that. That's why I popped in. I was like, my topic, be a finisher.
Yes. And I mean, this was very eye-opening. He's funny. So you can watch the video. Terry, did you put that? Let me see if I can put this in.
I can put it in. I didn't put it in, but I will.
On YouTube?
Yeah, and you can go back and watch it. This is a program called Right Now Media. And it is faith-based, but it has got a bunch of CEOs and people talking about leadership, the whole thing. It is just really, really, really good. You can get your own account if you want, or you can, I'm a part of the National Christian Chamber of Commerce. And so it's a perk in our membership. I was like, cool. So instead of letting stuff just sit on the shelf, how many books do we have that can help us? And we haven't read them. We haven't finished them. So right now, I'm taking a cue from Karen's book. I don't turn my TV on during my work hours at all. So I'm very selective about the music I listen to during my work hours. But I do not turn that television on because I need to pay attention to whatever it is that I'm trying to do. And it's going to be a distraction if I'm watching Who Shot John and is gone over there.
And we all know our weaknesses. Mine is TV. that's mine. My weakness is TV. So I know I would be there for hours. So I just can't do it. I got to stay focused on what I set out to do. This life is very short. And for those who don't think that God got the wheel, I feel sorry for you. But he comes first. When you put him first, you can't come in second. So whatever we're doing, we're in partnership with him and allowing the guidance and just allowing, whatever it is you're supposed to do, that you get up and you do it. And if you feel like you can't do it, you can do just too much in your comfort zone. That's why you feel you can't do it, right? And you feel you can't do it, you're too comfortable wherever you're at. Whatever spot you're in, whatever you're sitting down doing, you're starting to feel way too comfortable. So you need to get up and shake things up. As the guy named you say, put down there, I think his name was David Giddens or something, or Giddens or something. Yes. He's very much good into he's a Marine and Navy, SEAL, and all that sort of stuff. And talking about comfort. So you talk about a lot of things that I talk about, and a lot of way that, we push ourselves when we don't feel like it, because what feelings have to do with it, really and truly. If you listen to your feelings, you won't get up and do anything a lot of time. And this coronavirus is a really good example of so many people I've seen not doing and using it as a crutch. Sorry, but as a crutch, as an excuse.
And it doesn't have to be, because actually it's an opportunity.
It is.
You can gear. And like Jerry said, shake things up. That's exactly what this.
Yeah. I feel like this is such a gift. I keep saying it. This is such a gift that if you don't pay attention to it, and I've had gifts happen to me that I ignore. But this gift was coming. I didn't know what it was going to partially look like, but I know it was coming because last year I was so excited for this year. And so people who knew had said to me, reach out and say, well, you were excited for 2020. How are you feeling now? And I'm like, still excited. Like this preparation year for so many great things that's going to happen next year. If you don't do anything this year and you're still alive, next year you're going to wish you had spent the time getting it done. Whatever that thing is. Whatever that thing is, for me, was spring cleaning, not in the sense of spring cleaning, but spring cleaning. For me, it was spring cleaning of my mind, my body, my soul, my spirit, my surrounding, my environment. It was this big gutting that I had to do, that I was sitting on. I clean, I do things, yes, but I didn't went that deep. And every layer, God keeps showing me new stuff that I have. It's not new stuff, it was new because I hadn't seen it in a while, but it was buried there. It just reinforcing over and over. This, you're working in your dream, you're working where you're supposed to be. If you have any questions, here it is, just layers on top of layers. I just keep self-examining and just moving things apart and just dissecting. I came out feeling like I was like a newborn baby. That's the only way to put it over. Like I came out feeling so good.
I concur with that. I totally agree. Because we are now focusing in on what really matters in our lives. Because some stuff is like, you know what? I really don't need to be bothered with that. Some stuff you just let it go. You don't even, and it's okay that you let it go. Some stuff was like we talked about the different courses and people got, you notice how all of those funnels and courses and all that stuff ain't popping up right now?
Oh, if I hear the word funnel one more time, I think I'm just going to scream.
It's not there anymore. All of that has gone away. All of the stuff that was chaff or just nonsense, nonsense is gone. We're not, now there's other stuff, and there's always going to be some type of scam.
Always.
But the nonsense is moved out the way right now. And you feel lighter, even though I'm more busy than I was before. I'm more light and stuff is getting done that needs to be done, not just fluff.
Exactly. The real stuff is getting done. I promised myself, I think about 5 years ago, that I'm going to only collect books that I was going to read. And if I wasn't going to read the book, I wouldn't keep the book. And if I'm going to reread the book, I'll keep the book. So every book I've got on my shelf, say for 2, has been read, and more than once. Because you girls know how I read my books. I read and I literally take notes. I'm like, what would be the point if I didn't? Because why did I get the book? And then last 2 years ago, I started putting up a list in my office. So I got most things. I don't really need anything. So if I was going to get a gift, give me the books on my list. I didn't say anything. I just put up the list. And every year, somebody's giving me books from the list. So I just left up the list.
That makes sense.
Jerry said we are accomplishing more daily. Yes, we are.
Yes, Jerry. Yes.
I wanted to do CEO studies. And so this program that came with the National Christian Chambers, all the CEOs from Chick-fil-A, Popeyes, all these people are in here talking about leadership and how they do business. I was like, wait a minute. The resource is sitting right there.
Mm-hmm.
And if I don't take advantage of it, it's on me. Because it's right here in my hand. I was like, wait a minute. What do you have in your hand that you're not picking up and using? The resources that are, because we tend to, okay, let me go out here and look for something else when you actually have it.
What do you have in your hand?
Already there. And I'm like, wait, stop, friend, let's take a look. Get back in here and read this. And then you need to make room, create some space to look at it. That means I'm gonna have to not watch something else on TV.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to not watch something. Well, I push play every morning. So maybe for this season, I push play on this. Instead of something else that I would have pushed play on, because I do Miles Monroe every morning. That's what I would push play on while I'm getting dressed or whatever. But this one I need to push play on and sit down at the desk, take notes, and do the work that is in this one. So I'm going to need to clear space from a particular time, 30 minutes maybe, but I need to clear space to get that one done. If I'm to build up my leadership skills, if I'm going to build whatever skills that I need to build, I'm going to have to create some space. Some, like the guy said, something's going to have to go.
Yeah. And some things really you're just hanging on to that. That's why some things you're just hanging on to for no good reason. Like you ask yourself the question, when last did I use it? Am I going to use it again? And if I'm going to use it again, don't I need upgraded stuff? Like, why am I holding on to this stuff that's passing by? And if it's something I'm supposed to use, it's just going to come up in my spirit anyway. So I don't have to hold it because I've taken it in.
Like papers from 1989. Why do I have this?
Why? I found in my cleanup that I had taken a program in administration law, and I can't even remember doing the program. I was like, I paid for this crap. I've got the stuff here. I did graduate, but I'm using this stuff. Why am I keeping it? So the pieces that I use from it, I'm using from it, and I didn't need to keep the textbooks. Truly, I didn't need the textbook anymore. I didn't need the paperwork anymore. I haven't touched that stuff in years.
It's like, let it go, people.
Let it go. So I just
sing the song from Frozen, let it go. Just let it go.
Just let it go. Just use the stuff that I'm using right now that I need to learn from and actually put it into action. The biggest thing for me was learning something but not going and do it. So I wouldn't listen to anything. I got my YouTube peeps that I listen to, but I wouldn't listen to it if I wasn't going to take action or planned action, because some actions is not for now, but it's for planned action. So I have a section with planned actions. And you guys talk about that. You guys know I'm a systematic person. So everything has its time. I know in September what's going to happen and what's going to happen in October. There's some learning and there's some time. I'm going to, be able to do some things in November because they're not ready yet right now. They would invade my space now if I did them now. I'm not ready yet to do them. So some things you want to listen to and then take action to. Whatever you want to learn, that's the thing I tell people all the time when they learn anything from me. I said, make the space to learn it and then apply it.
Right.
Because if you don't apply it, you just waste 30 minutes.
Yes.
Something you're not going to apply.
So Cecilia says I absolutely need to let it go.
Yes.
And I'm piggybacking off of what you just said, Coach Karen. Am I going to, if I read this, am I going to do it?
Think and do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If I'm not going to do it, what would be the point? And if you want to see an example of, it's a kid. The kid is doing. My granddaughter is here. She loves, Baby Shark, and whatever Baby Shark is doing, she's doing it. And when she's had her fill, she just walks away from Baby Shark, like because they start to annoy her. Now she's ready to build block, so she's done with Baby Shark.
Okay.
and that's the same thing that we do. Okay, get in there and do it. I'm looking at books, Focus, and some other stuff. Did I go back, or do we intend to read something, or I intend to go back over it? I read it, now I'm going to go back and look at it again and apply it. Like Coach Karen said, do you intend to apply it?
Mm-hmm.
Make room to apply it. Sit down. So today, I'm going back over this series and do he went through 6 steps. Okay, I'm going to go back and do step 1 today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going back through the series because I need to learn how to finish.
Yes, got to be a finisher. You got to be a finisher. It takes so much off your mind when you're a finisher, though. I think this is the biggest thing for me with being a finisher. It's like, I'm done. So when my mind reminds me about it, I'm like, well, why are you bothering me? Because I am done. Like, I'm going to oppose to the chair, so I'm opposed to the chair. Leave me alone. It's done. But if I start the chair and I went away and I don't know, I paint or I sewed, then the chair keep reminding me, hello, come back over here and finish me. And so can you imagine how many things we do that with, like pile it on, and it keeps reminding us. And then we said, I'm so confused. My mind is overwhelmed. I can't take any more. No. You can take more, but you keep it unfinished things on your mind, and that's why you can't finish this specific thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I like to cook, so when I go in the kitchen, I'm finished cooking. That's it. I'm not going to go back and cook later. Like I get there, it's 30 minutes. I cook. If I had a 3-hour, my friend was laughing the other day. I said to her, I cooked for 3 hours on Tuesday. She goes, I couldn't cook that long. I said, yeah, but when I cook for 3 hours on Tuesday, I don't cook again until Sunday. So I'm good.
Right.
That is food cooked and it's stashed right.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, until Sunday.
So you got a plan.
Yes.
I remember Sherry Burton Way. She came on for a couple of times. She said, don't have broken things laying around you. Fix the doorknob. Fix whatever it is, because it's going to bug you every time you walk by it. Something is propped up over there looking halfway or whatever. And
looking at you crazy.
And distraction too. It distracts you. Not only does it bug you, but it distracts you. It's so much lighter when you say, I'm going to do it. And this is the thing I tell people. I'm a handy person, and those things keep me. My creativity keeps me, so I like it. But if you're not that person, even if you don't have the money, call the guy and say, listen, can you come and give me an estimate for the clock? When he give it to you, you say, in 2 weeks, could you come back and fix the clock? If you say that, the money will come. This is the other part. If you keep saying, oh my God, I have no money, I want the clock fixed, but if I only have, you're not going to get the money. Tell the guy on the 24th of August, can you come fix the clock? And set the time for 10 o'clock. And he come at 10, and I promise you're going to have the money. No, your job is not to be fighting about the money. You make the statement, you put down the number, and everything you do is towards that number. How am I going to get you there? You walk, you look, you talk about that number. And I promise you, by the 20th, you're going to have, if not the 22nd, the money for the guy to fix the clock. Now, do that with everything else.
Wow.
That is a setting an intention. That is expectation. That is faith.
Mm-hmm.
Right
Exactly.
there. Because
speaking those things,
get this fixed, set the appointment, the money will come.
Even if it's up to the end, I promise you the money will come.
Right.
Because when it's new, the test is bigger, by the way. When it's new, the test is bigger. So your heart is going to palpitate. Probably going to fit.
What did I just do? Appointment. Oh my God.
Yeah, because you're going to be focused on that deadline because you set a timeline. And now the strategy will come.
And you will have the money. You'll get a client, somebody's going to pay you up front. And I know I need it next week, but I just want to get you paid right now. So now you have the money to fix the clock.
And you have the results that you were looking for.
Right. And then you do whatever you're going to do for the client in peace because it's not bothering you.
Exactly. This was good. I like the topic today.
I do. And I was like, oh.
Cecilia says, yes, decree and declare a thing and it shall be established. Yes, it will.
It will.
We are in agreement with you.
And this is what we need to, and like Karen was saying, instead of worrying about, no, it's not going to work, let's get on the other side of that and let's finish some things. Let's get in there and finish some things. Like I'm looking around at my office. I'm like, yeah, I'm not liking the way it's looking. Stuff needs to get put in its right place. And one of the other things that the gentleman talked about in this series, he talked about there are some times where people are all or nothing. The perfection. If you are a perfectionist, this is like, and so session number 5, he talked about eliminate your secret rules.
Okay. The
secret rules are, I have to do it all right now, or I can't do any of it. So you're going to run 3 miles a day, but you only have time to get in 2, so you're not going to do any of them. That's the little secret rule that you have that just shut you down. 2 miles is better than 0 miles.
Exactly.
But you're not doing any miles because you couldn't get 3.
Exactly. On point. We do that with ourselves too. I'll stick with that as you're talking about, not feeling good about yourself if you didn't accomplish a set goal. You're really pulling you down versus lifting you up. So then once you're pulling you down, you still can't accomplish it. Like, you can't accomplish it. You got to feel good about yourself while you're going through.
Right.
While you're getting to wherever you got to get to. A lot of people feel so poorly about themselves while they're on that journey that for them getting to that finish line, whatever that is, because it's not the one all be all. That is just one of your finish lines. I mean, there's so many more to accomplish. So you got to really feed your spirit while you're working and getting yourself there. I just love anything that has to do with, once they understand being a finisher, and I'm a recovering perfectionist. I used to be just stumped on not doing things. I'm here to tell you, I used to want everything to line up right where I wanted to. And sometimes that used to hold me back. And the day I learned to let go years ago, I get so much more accomplished because doing it imperfectly perfect is like one of the best things you ever could do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Jerry says she's done that, and Maureen says we need to give ourselves some grace.
I agree. And Terry knows when it comes to sewing, like if you're sore, you got a bag of crap that didn't turn out well.
Yeah.
Move on.
Yes, you do.
Claudia has a statement here. She says the same goes for changing your eating lifestyle. Yes. I always tell people, let's start with drinking enough water. See,
okay.
Because if people want to go for the whole big goal, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to eat kale, and I'm going to eat beets, and I'm going to do all of this stuff. Yes. Can we just drink the water?
Right on, Claudia. I agree.
Thank you. And let's not skip the basics.
Right. Let's start there. And he was talking about how the perfectionists, their car is full of stuff because they are trying to get the one thing done, so they leave everything else undone, trying to get this one thing perfect. So there's stuff piled up or whatever because they're so focused on trying to get that one little thing perfect. Not good. So give yourself grace.
I like that.
Start small. It's okay. Just let's just do this part. If I get if I'm I'm waiting on a piece of exercise equipment or something to come, I can still do the floor exercises. I can still walk around the block. I can still do something else while I don't have whatever it is. I don't have to. I don't have to not do the exercises because, or like some people, if they got a toenail or a hangnail on their hand, oh, I can't work out. You can go take a walk. Take a walk. You can still walk around the block.
Okay.
Or the people in the gym closed, they're like, I can't exercise because the gym is closed now. And I'm thinking, you
Gym's closed, so I just have to sit at home. Really?
all the gym owners are trying to bring things online for people. I don't know any gym that is not trying or figure out a way how to, at least, even if in the beginning, had people do workout from home. Well, it's something I'd always loved doing. But, you know, I had a client who said to me, I can't work out to the tapes. I just can't do it. And we used to say this when I was small. Anything canting will topple over. I'm like, there's no such thing. Put it on and do it. Even if it's just like a dance, you know, like you gotta get in there because anytime you stop something, it's so hard to start it over.
Right. And Claudia says, I think excuses are systemic for our culture. I think excuses are for any culture. There are excuses for why people continue to do what they do. They have excuses. They might call them reasons, but they are excuses. And
people who have a lot of excuses are really upset with you that don't find any. I used to find out a lot, and I had to get rid of those people who, if they tell me something and I try to have a solution for them, they get really annoyed with me. And then I realize it's because they want to stay in their excuses.
Really, and I had that the other day. I was like, dude, you make popcorn. So, and you give them an idea. Well, I tried that. Well, I tried that. Well, I tried that. I was like, okay, time out. I don't get to do. I'm not giving you any more of my suggestions.
Time to zip it. And you say, okay.
Yep, I'm not giving you any more real estate, mental real estate.
Okay.
Trying to
because they were already lined up to stay in the position of wherever they were, but I can't, okay. You want to be there. Because the answer would have been, I hadn't thought about that. Let me write that down. Not like, but I tried this and I tried that.
Considered, yeah.
So I think we had a Coach Karen, thank you for tuning in with us today, jumping on.
Thanks for having me.
Was greatly appreciated. And
what's Claudia saying?
I never had the opportunity. My dad said, don't tell me what you want to do without a basic plan. Just start.
Smart man.
And he raised her right not to come up with excuses. What do you want to do? Okay. Can't should never be in our vocabulary.
Let me see how I can do it. You know, that's so much better. Let me see how I can do it. And my grandma used to like to say, well, you're going to have to figure it out. It was her favorite go-to. Well, you're going to have to figure it out.
Right. And use the little gray cells. Maureen said some people don't want help. Maureen, you're absolutely right. They don't. Like Karen said, like you just said, they just want to stay right where they are and want somebody to pity them.
Yeah.
Is that the word?
Yes.
Or rescue them.
Rescue and pity. There is people who literally like it. And if you don't feel sorry for them, as somebody said, I can't believe he didn't feel sorry for me. And I keep saying, but you're a big man. Why would you want somebody to feel sorry for you? I can't even imagine me waiting for somebody to feel sorry for me. Like, I can't even think it would be a thing.
You don't know what I've been through and I'm like, yeah, okay.
Well, you know, at Biz Chicks, we say we're not in the rescue business. We're here to help you ideate and to create the business that you want to run. So let's see here.
I like that, Terry.
These people need to
be people to me. Okay, cut off from people. People electimide. People electimide. People
like a lobotomy.
Yeah, so yeah, we really need to finish more because the success is in finishing.
It is. It really is. It really is. It is. You get to have all these things done already, so you get to talk about it. You know, you get to say that I got this done. Right. I accomplished this, and now I'm accomplishing more things. I know when I was younger, I used to always wonder why would people keep accomplishing more if you accomplished this before. And I'd ask business people, like really great, successful, that I admire business people. And that's the one thing they're like, Karen, like once you get it done, it's done. So you move to the next thing because you're never doing it for you. And those people always say that we're not doing it for us. We're doing it for the other person, for the person who's benefiting out of this continuously. And yes, we feel good about it, but mainly compared to who is benefiting from what we're doing, it's bigger than us.
So success, all successful people have one thing in common. They finish.
Oh my gosh. Okay. There you go.
And that's what we are. We are finishers.
There you go.
We're finishers. So we'll be back tomorrow with Terry and Terry.
Terry.
We'll be talking about social media marketing and digital marketing. Mm-hmm. Wednesday, Coach Karen will be here with Profits in Daily. Mm-hmm. So you'll see Karen again on Wednesday. You need to mark it on your calendar. Get here because she'll be helping you get that done. Thursday, Happy Healthy Habits with Robin Shimizu and friends. Friday, we're talking tech.
Okay.
In English. A lot of stuff happening in tech.
Fun tech day.
Yes, it's going to be a fun tech day. But we are finishing. Let's finish our week out well, and we will see you next Monday. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming in.
All right, beautiful.
And
don't forget,
Karen,
go to the front of your own line.
Everybody, thank you for coming in.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.